Jason, do you just put that on sort of being unfortunate not to get some of those close chances to go in?
Mostly. I think in the end you look at it a little bit tactically and say that we wanted to press the game and they wanted to defend and counterattack. And tonight the defensive-minded team won. That's not going to change the way we think about the game or the way we try to play.
Did the extra man in the midfield for them cause you guys some problems, you think, tonight?
No. I didn't really think they caused us any problems. They had one chance to score in the first half on a corner kick, and one chance to score in the second half.
Did you feel like they really bunkered in, or it seemed like maybe they actually played a little bit?
A little bit. I mean, I think they have some quality players that can move the ball around when they have some time and space, but they were never trying to press the game. I thought it was just a typical road performance, defensive-minded performance, tried to frustrate us, and they got the goal. So in the end, credit to them. They worked hard for those 3 points and got the goal that decided it.
Jason, that restart off the free kick that ended up in the back of the net in the first half, did the referee get that right? What was your assessment of that situation?
I asked the fourth official. I don't know. I do know that if you don't ask for 10 yards, the referee's not supposed to give it. You're supposed to be able to play when you want. And so it just comes down to, did somebody ask for 10 yards? From where I'm standing, I doubt it, but I don't know.
How close were you maybe to starting Javi and Sabo tonight?
Close, but I wanted to be fair. In my mind, fair is rewarding players that are on the pitch for the majority of the time and are part of wins. And so I thought it was very fair to stick with the same lineup that has played the last 2 weeks.
Yes, I know it's early and it's a long season, but is this a particularly disappointing result given at home?
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing for me is just, I think we had a great crowd again tonight, and I want to reward them and make it a special night, and I was hoping to have the result go our way. But, again, I'm not talking too much about results. I'm pretty pleased with the performance again. We created a ton of chances. We had the majority of the possession. We were the more attacking-minded team. We were the more dangerous team. On a different night, we win that game by multiple goals.
Looked like you had some nice words with Robin after the game. Can you speak to the challenge that he's had with that team and also the the development that he's had there?
I could speak a lot to the challenges he's had with that team. I've been in his exact same shoes, and he was here as well. So the good thing about Robin is that he's already been through this with us before. So I think he's drawing from a lot of experience, personal experience, and trying to completely overhaul a team and rebuild and get everybody to understand what he wants. So I think they've got the exact right man for the job.
Can you maybe give us your assessment of what happened on the goal? Was there a particular breakdown, or was it just the ball slipped from Nick's hands?
Yeah, I mean, we attempted to win the ball with 2 players there on the sideline. The ball got split in between us. I think Kyle was one of the players that was trying to win it instantly over there on the sideline. Didn't get it quite done. It got slipped in between to LeBlanca and then played out wide. And then it was a cross that Nick got a lot on. Maybe there's a little bit of a miscommunication between him and Schuler because I think they're going for the same ball, and ultimately they probably caused the error themselves, and then it falls down to their player in the box.
Johnny Steele got some significant minutes tonight. Can you talk about how he's impressed you and what prompted you to put him in?
He's a player that had a really strong first preseason trip, then was injured for the majority of the second preseason trip, and so we've been waiting for him to get back to full fitness. In the reserve game at Kansas, the game this week against Kansas City, I thought he earned another opportunity. He played pretty well in the 10 minutes or so that he was on the pitch last weekend and did well in the reserve game. And so I thought he could make a little bit of a difference. And Luis looked a little bit fatigued to me.
Summerville and Morales played 45 minutes the whole second half. Similar to the Steele question, how do you feel they performed in the second half?
Pretty well. I'm still unsure whether I think they're 90 minutes fit, but from the doctor's point of view, medically, they're 90 minutes fit. So we will consider what that means over the next 3 matches, because we've got 3 next week.
In LA, you mentioned Velasquez was deferring a lot to his veteran teammates. Do you feel he's gotten better on that front? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. Tonight probably was, I thought he was probably about the least involved I've seen him. But again, I didn't take him off because he was playing poorly. We took him off because we wanted to get Javi and Sabo out there and change the game a little bit. So it had really nothing to do with him and Paulo's performance that got them subbed off at half.
Jason, you mentioned the 3 games coming up in a week. It seems like, do you feel like this is the first section of maybe of the schedule where that depth and everything really affords you that opportunity to move pieces around?
Yeah, I think so. I think that we've got some guys now that started in the first 2 games and have to feel good about their contribution and have a little bit of experience in their belt. That should put us in a good place for the next 3 matches.
Jason, it's kind of a chippy match out there at times. Without asking a question about the referee to get you in trouble, I'm just wondering, does that maybe affect you a little more as more of a finesse passing team, maybe, and work against you that way?
I don't know so much about that. I think we're pretty used to that. To be honest, I think that last year at this time, I thought that it was going to be in the mindset of a lot of teams to be very physical with us. So I think our group is pretty used to that. What they're not used to is being frustrated at home. And so I think when we went 1 down, then I think you got a lot of guys that are feeling some real anxiety because we don't lose here.
Jason, overall, you said you were pleased with the execution and the effort. Offensively, did you feel that you got everything you could out of it? As far as not the goal.
Yeah, I mean, we were half a step off. We got into some great spots, and if somebody makes a pass that's half a step to the right or to the left, or if the ball bounces the right way for somebody, then we have a goal, and maybe we're rolling forward from there. But that's one of the things I told them at halftime, that I just felt like we were all just a half a step off, and if we were half a step better in the second half, that we would win the game. But I don't know that we ever got that half a step, so we'll look for it next week.
I'm just curious, in the first half, it seemed like you guys went up the right side just all the time on that particular side. Is there something about your personnel or theirs that created a particular matchup that was intriguing for you?
We talked a lot about where the space was to play against them, and then we felt it was not necessarily on only the right side, but I do think that Ned was getting into some great positions, and when he got it, he was able to turn and run forward. So also Fabiano had a tendency to drift to one side or another, and in this game I thought he spent more time on the right side.
Anything else, guys?